Hi, Trina Wright here. Welcome back to Module 2 in the Evolution of You course. It's so exciting to be here with you. So today I want to take this opportunity to explore more about the concept of what the evolution of you really means. That idea that we touched on last time about how you're constantly in that state of becoming, moving into more and more of yourself, and really owning that and embracing it and moving it from the place of believing that there was somewhere you were working to get, that there was a goal in mind, and instead of looking at it as something that you want to achieve, it's something that you're just constantly moving forward in the becoming. So it's kind of like being hungry and then having the most delicious meal, loving it, being so satisfied with it in the moment, but knowing that a little while after you would get hungry again and would have another delicious, satisfying meal. So that's the same idea about the evolution of you, that you move into these new areas of awakening and expansion within yourself, knowing full well that that's not where it's going to end, that it's just going to keep going because it's this never-ending journey and this never-ending process with you. And so how do we embrace this new idea of the constant evolution of us, of the constant becoming? How do we unlearn the very things that we've learned from the paradigm, from the culture that we've been raised in, that there is this goal that we're striving for, that there's something that we're reaching for? And even as people that are focused exclusively almost on our spirituality, that are really awake and aware and moving in that direction, we still often have found ourselves taking on the identity of a seeker, feeling like there was some destination that we were trying to get to, some goal that we had in mind, and often feeling like we weren't quite making it there. And so this is a new idea. It's a new way to sort of flow with yourself and be in the presence of each delicious awakening as I guess you could say, a destination in and of itself, knowing fully that another one's going to follow. So I really love to use analogies when I'm helping to drop something new into your beingness, to integrate it in a full way. And so just like I used the analogy of hunger, another cool one is the idea of vacationing. So we all love to plan a new trip. We love to be excited and think about all the places we could go and then choose a place and pick the Airbnb or the hotel and the flight, and then the day gets closer and closer and we're excited, and then we get on the plane and we're so thrilled about this impending new expansive opportunity that we're going to have. And maybe we're walking along the beach, or we're sightseeing, or we're seeing things that are just beauty beyond what we had ever seen before. And in the moment, we're having so much fun and we're enjoying it so much. And we know that as the days go by, that it's getting closer and closer to the time that we're going to go back home. And so we know that this moment of experience is going to come to an end. But we also know that we're so excited and we had so much fun that now we can look forward to and plan the next one. So that's like the energy that I want us to begin to play with and imagine that we're using when we think about our own expansion, so that we're really sinking into the idea that with every new moment of expansion within ourselves, with every new awakening, with every new thing that's like an aha, where we really feel like something dropped into our beingness, that it's not like an arrival that I'm here now and forevermore. It's a wow, more has been revealed to me. More of myself has decided to show up and play big and play in this game, and I wonder what's coming next. So that's the sort of energy that we're looking for, is that feeling of satisfaction in the moment and enjoying every single step of the way, and at the same time knowing there's just going to be more and more and more, because we're always going to be hungry for that next new experience, for that next new lining up with who we are. Because remember, this is really about the fact that through the contrast, we came to know our desires as we sifted and sorted, checked out all the variety that was available to us, picked what we wanted to have, lined it all up, and as we arrived in that sense to the newest manifestation of what we wanted, our vibration shifted so that we could match it. So in that, we expanded, and as we closed the gap and caught up with our expansion, we settled in, took a deep breath, gave ourselves a little pat on the back because the manifestation matched our vibration, which is cool and rewarding and feels awesome. And yet, at the same time, more desire starts burgeoning inside of us, so that we're calling forth the next expansion and the next expansion. So it's just a tiny little mind shift that we're looking for here, to just move into that place of this understanding of our becoming. So there isn't a place, there's not a thing, there's not a manifestation, there's not one experience that is going to fill us to the point that we're just done. It's filling ourselves with us, filling ourselves with the flow of the source energy that we are, knowing that every experience is going to cue that up for us. It's going to be that dance with the universe of creation, but in and of itself, it's just another delicious meal. It's just another amazing trip. It's just another fantastic orgasm. That's what it is. And so we just want to keep playing with those ideas and settle into that as the way we're going to live our life and see it as the opportunity for expansion. So let's just take a couple minutes, take a deep breath, and just close your eyes for just a second. And just feel your presence come into yourself. And just allow yourself to imagine that you are just dissolving, that all the thoughts in your mind are just dissolving. You're just letting them go. They're just dissolving into the background of your beingness. And feel the fullness of the source that is you coming front and center, almost as if all the thoughts are just being moved out of you by the beingness that you are, as you're so wrapped up and encompassed by the source energy that you are. And as we sit in this place, I love that, knowing that my body is an extension of that source. My body is an aspect of the whole being, the whole source energy that I am. You know, it was common, or still is common, to think of our body as containing our soul, our source, our essence. And I like this tiny little shift, and it seems like a perfect time to introduce it, that instead it's our source contains our body. So the essence of who we are contains our body, because our body is just one expression. It's the way that we interact with the physical world, but it's not really who we are. So just sink into that feeling of the source that is you, and just allow it to flow through you. And just imagine yourself free. Imagine all the thoughts just drifting away, just freeing up the space for you to integrate and allow this new idea to mesh with you, to just merge into your beingness. This delightful, wonderful idea that life is this ongoing, fun, playful journey. It's like going on a wonderful car ride, or just doing something that you know is fun and just gets better and better and better, and just for the pure fun of it, because the joy really is in the journey. And so just let that sink in. Let all the new ideas that you've had sink in as you integrate it into your being. And as you open your eyes and come back into this space, I want you to think about some techniques that you could come up with that really sit and work for you to help you take this into the place that you can live it in a moment-to-moment basis, so that you find yourself just excited, not necessarily knowing what the next thing is to come, but seeing each moment as holding the opportunity for the more and more and more that's you, each desire bringing you to that place, even the contrast bringing you to that place, because you know that the contrast is going to take you to the new desire, that's going to take you to the new evolution, to the new expansion. And just sit with that as an idea of sinking it in and really attuning to you. And it's just going to get easier and easier as you practice this and as you sort of see the shift inside your mind. And we've already dissolved all the other things that were there that might have been potentially competing with it. Just see those disappearing. They served you at one point. They don't serve you anymore. You can see the logic in this idea that you're an expanding being, that you're continuously evolving. It feels good, it feels right, it resonates. And so you're excited to see this as a new invitation to live your life in a different way. So thank you very much for your time and your focus.